Denzel Washington is back as the Equalizer. In the first sequel that the award-winning actor has ever done, he returns to the role of Robert McCall. Delivering vigilante justice throughout America, The Equalizer 2 follows the tone of its predecessor in expert fashion and delivers upon many levels. Throughout this video, I'll be discussing the film's ending as well as my thoughts on the franchise. There will be heavy spoilers for the entire movie, so if you haven't seen it, I suggest you turn it off now if you want to go in unspoiled. With that out the way, I'm Deffinition and I ruin the movie so you don't have to. Now working for Lyft, an on-demand American taxi service, Robert McCall is able to interact with the general public and help out the unfortunate. With help from his friend Susan Plummer, he aids a Holocaust survivor, a troubled youth named Miles, and more. During the film, his ally Susan is called to investigate an apparent murder-suicide with her partner Dave York. However, this is a trap and she is killed in an ambush by assailants. Robert attempts to get to the bottom of this, and when he gives a ride to a man that he discovers is an assailant, he murders him and takes his phone, which is bound to put a dent in your driver score. Anyway, tracking her death back to York himself, he discovers his old friend has been betrayed by the people that she trusted most. This sets off a chain of events that puts McCall and his ward Miles in extreme danger. It's revealed that because of McCall's apparent death, the remaining members of his team had been fired and were forced to work as freelance assassins. I don't know why they didn't just become Lyft drivers like everyone else, but there you go. Anyway, because of this, Susan became a target because she would have suspected that the event in Brussels was from her own colleagues, and eventually she traced this back to York. Back in the present, the remaining team members capture Miles and hold him hostage at McCall's seaside hometown. McCall dispatches them in expert fashion before working his way up to a sniper's nest where York has been situated. Luckily, York has worse aim than a stormtrooper, so is unable to kill McCall before he reaches him, and in a "this is Sparta" moment, McCall stabs York and throws him over the edge where he plummets to his death. Back in Massachusetts, Susan's information that she gave McCall helps to reunite him with his long-lost sister. Miles returns to school and focuses on his art, and McCall, having moved back into his old house, looks outward, calmly towards the sea. The Equalizer as a franchise very clearly has a strong theme of family. Whilst McCall's blood relatives are few and far between, in both films he takes a troubled youth under his wing and tries to guide them on the right path. He is a surrogate father in a way, but one that is hoping to carry on his legacy of creating a person that looks out for those in need where the police and government have failed him. Miles is clearly his Robin, for lack of a better term, and McCall takes pride in watching him benefit society rather than be a detriment to it. It's great to learn by the film's end that he has discovered his long-lost sister, and hopefully this will heal the character in some way for the inevitable third film. Though, it'll probably end up that it'll be about his sister getting shot or something, or kidnapped, and he's gotta go out and stab more people with like pencils and stationery and stuff, and I just get scared every time the guy looks at his watch. On to another theme, McCall is also a man that has gone through a journey of losing and finding a purpose. In the first film, when he returned back to a mundane life, he tried to convince himself that he was content before eventually giving in to his inner demons when realizing that he was allowing evil to triumph when he failed to act. Not only does this tie into the famous Winston Churchill quote, but it is also mirrored in the quote by Mark Twain which precedes the first film. That quote is, "The two most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why." This clearly highlights that McCall needed a reason to live, and he is happy with having a job below his skill set as long as he is able to express himself in other means that serve a purpose. It's a fascinating look at the psychology of a hero, and The Equalizer 2 carries on this aesthetic in a thrilling way. Whilst the plot outcome is rather predictable, Denzel still gives a subtle and charismatic performance that feels fit for the franchise. Though both films receive mixed reviews, I'd urge any fans of the first to go and see it, because not only does the action in this rival that film, but it also carries on its strong sense of family, and there's a definite heart to this movie. So, what did you think of The Equalizer 2? Did you enjoy the film, or do you agree with the critics giving it bad reviews? Comment below and let me know, and if you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. I create content like this weekly, and there'll definitely be something on here that you love if you're a fan of film. Recently, I discussed the ending of Hotel Artemis and how that movie acts as a metaphor for healthcare, so make sure you check that out next. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this video. I've been Deffinition, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time.